Hi, this is Mia. Um, it, it's morning and I can't sleep because it's stuffy and um, I'm hungry and um, I keep staring at this. Um, I had a jar of whatever this was. It's on sale. It's still over $10, and I used to in 1998. I became homeless for the first time, and since then I've been very poor and a lot of stuff you see me with I get for free. People like this water bottle over here. I found it in a bottle or in a bag that I did a patient visit. They gave me a bottle of water, which is common. They'll give me onions or bananas sometimes. People will hang it. They'll hang a bag of tomatoes on my front door, and I get to eat that day. I I had to take down all my videos, and I really like talking because it's like I'm also reminding myself what's going on in my life. And I feel really like I had a lot of issues with pre-cancer and scares, and I I bought all this stuff on a credit card, and I couponed, and I used some free. Friend of mine has free downloads. I gave some of the food away because I couldn't even eat it. Like, if they want to go ahead, um, might as well, like someone else, they don't have a ton of money either, so I might as well share what I. I was gonna take it to the food bank, but I don't know where to spend the gas. But I think I'm gonna go as a customer. I just on and off homelessness. I put myself through medical school by borrowing money, so it sucks because I owe like $500,000. One time, my dad's like, "You waste your life. You're the reason why white people don't like us. Look at how you are behaving. Why did you waste your time and money going to med school when you could have just got a job at Walmart?" And I cried for like 3 days. I tried to call my relatives because I felt devastated that someone that's supposed to love you and support you and care, the person that promised my business teacher said, with a number of my epic fails is starting a business with no money and having overhead and having employees. You're supposed to have employees, at least one, a biller or something, or at least the office helper. We should have at least one part-time employee. When you run a primary care full-service medical clinic, you should take some of the load off. And I just wrote a blog and Blogger if you want to look it up. I don't. I usually just make videos because I get time and I say I'm going to make the video. And since I've been making these videos, you would see me doing hours and saying, oh my god, I work all the time. Part of why I make the videos, it energizes me because I don't get enough food. And I told you guys on the blog at the very end, I don't want you, like, when I get money, if we get stuff from the food bank or food stamps, it goes to the children. And my daughter helps with the animals, pay for their stuff. So if you give me $100 for food, I would buy all this stuff on sale or at Winco for the children. I would share. I would get olive oil and some nuts me and the rabbit would eat and some fruit and lettuce. mostly the lettuce the guinea pigs will eat, and I'll share some carrots and cucumbers and bananas with the animals. But that's it. The olive oil, cucumbers, bananas, um, this butter. Sometimes I'm trying really hard not to eat it, but I'll be sitting here, the house is a mess, dishes aren't done, kids need rides, I'm sick, and I wish that I could pick the phone up. Even if I'm divorced, sometimes I wish I could be like, call a kid's dad, it's your turn to take our son to class, it's your turn to take our daughter to work. My daughter needs her phone case fixed, or my son needs a pair of shoes. It'd be nice once in a while. But you have no money, and you like leave the phone. You're lucky that even works, you know. Because I put all the bills on the credit card. That's the only reason it works. So if the credit card gets shut off, I'm not gonna have telephones, or I'll have a bomb phone. I might have to get because my daughter should have called me urgent. My phone didn't work. It's broken. People look at my phone when I go to work. We're all vendors. I'm a doctor, but I had to work as a vendor. It's trying to sell people by giving them free food samples. A show selling sponges for $13 an hour, and I'm a doctor. My daughter tried to call and text, but I couldn't answer it because my phone is broken. She was waiting for me to give her a ride home from work. But she has to work and go to school 7 days a week. Just like me. I hate it. It's not fair. I'm almost sick right now. I'm making this video because I told the truth on the blog that I said I'm alive and I'm breathing. That's a good thing. And I wanted to always live a long, healthy life and help my kids emotionally support, financially. If there was any grandkids or grandpuppies or something, I could be there, be saved, have a place. Come on. And I'm making this video because one of my old videos, I think somebody caught me before I shut off my video because I got in a car accident. The lawyer said I'm not allowed to do any social media, and I'm already isolated. So I was even more isolated. Could you imagine going? Or you have teenagers, they shut themselves in a room, playing games, or going to work every day because they don't want to live in a car with you if you even had a car. I thought my car was going to get repoed, but I lost my job. But I paid $50 extra a month for like 5 years, and the car is paid for. And that extra check I kept in account. I don't know how to access, and I just sent the money to my bank account. It's supposed to go in on the 3rd, and when I get that money, I'll have half of my rent. My rent is due on the 4th. Today's the 1st. It's due today, but the grace period is the 4th. So I hope it comes before midnight, because I don't want to turn the check in today or tomorrow or Monday. I always turn it on the 1st, because I forget. It'll be like the 6th. And then right now I don't have the money to pay my rent. I hate being poor. Someone told me on one of my videos that I should start a GoFundMe. I said, what's the point? I have no friends. I have nobody. It would have to be strangers. So I'm telling you guys right now, my tissues are gone. There's not even tissue. I just reused, like, used to be using these paper towels and water bottles. I just keep reusing stuff. Put the paper bag, put the towel in there, save it, use it for something else. Clean the floor with it. I'm not gonna reuse these, but I feel like people would think, why is she drinking this Perrier? Well, probably because I poured another drink inside of the bottle. I have injuries from a car accident that are devastatingly painful. I can't take medication. If I can afford it, I drink mineral water because it has calcium, magnesium. Not always magnesium, but I have muscle throbbing. It feels like I'm in a hot tub with the jets on really high. And you're like, look around and you think somebody's got like a vibrator on your back. You're like, what is that? And you're like, I used to have like these spasms. Like, it doesn't do that anymore, but I had been eating seaweed. I stopped, but I started recently, but it's expensive. I can't do it. Raw seaweed. But if I see a coupon for the water or get it from Winco, then I just do it because it's, right, medicine, I haven't. I'm on Medicaid, nobody will take me as a patient. I went to medical school for 7 years, and I had people that were 4-year program, 5-year program, 6-year program, people like me doing more than 1 degree. I know a lot of doctors and acupuncturists. I'm not friends with one of them. I told all these people that I'm looking for a doctor, an acupuncturist. I'll pay them, I will use them, tell them how to do insurance, because I take the same kind of insurance I have. Nobody will take me as a patient. For primary care, I call them, they're saying, oh, I don't think you need that, click. Like, can I please make an appointment, click. Because of the car accident, I can't be treated. If the car accident insurance pays, then you can be treated. If your private insurance or your public insurance pays, you owe them money. Because it's not their responsibility. But I can't afford it. I can't afford it. If I could find a free clinic that could waive the fact that I have Medicaid, then nothing is free anymore. What used to be free is now minimum sliding scale. I work as a doctor. I don't get paid. I never paid myself. Not once. It's a negative income. It's not fair to my kids that I have to live like this. I wish I could wear this to work today. You know, I should. I just feel like skin. No, I didn't buy it. My kid did. Only because my son didn't want what she wanted to give him a gift in the Halloween store. He didn't want it, so she said, okay, Mom, you get to pick something. And I, of course, had the coupons out already. That's her favorite place. She uses her money. She buys stuff like 4 times a year. I think she gets enough money to get like a couple of meals a month and a couple of, hair products or something a month. And then Halloween is once a year. She gets something once a year. She works, so it's her money. She should be able to use that money to buy a car or pay for college or buy books and not worry about being broke or buy a bus pass or something. She shouldn't have to worry about paying my rent. Sometimes I don't want my kids to move out. I wish I would, if I had bought a house 10 years ago, 7 years ago, 3 years ago, the mortgage would be less than my rent right now. This lady said I should start a GoFundMe. I said thank you. I know people that do this fundraising and Facebook fundraising and they get all this money from them. Tons of money, cars. They ask and they receive. I've tried it. I received nothing. Nothing. But I'm making this video because I'm asking for help, and because I tell you I believe, I know some young adults. Um, they their mom said, "Why don't you believe in God?" They said, "Look at us. We're living in poverty. We lost everything. Our life is poor, and they're actually doing better off than we are." But they said, if they're this boy at the time, I think he was still a child, a teenager, was like, "Why should we believe in God if we're gonna live in severe poverty?" And circumstances happen, and the world can turn against you, especially even if you do believe and have a certain faith practice. I don't know the whole conversation, but I still believe, like Job's wife in the Bible says, "What the heck do you believe in God that destroyed us, killed our kids, burned down our house, killed all our servants, and all our animals, all our livestock?" And then Job gets surrounded by, or covered with sores, and he gets surrounded by his friends, and, excuse me, the cry. Oh, I'm already crying. I just need a tissue. The one thing I get jealous of Job, I don't get jealous that he lost his children and his livestock, or servants, or his house. I get jealous because he has a circle of friends that comfort him during his time of grief and loss. And I think that makes a difference, and that's why I make these videos, because I don't really have any friends. I have like one friend, and as I shared on my blog, there's a lady that, for my meetings for recovery, I didn't talk to her that much, because she always seemed angry. And then the meeting dwindled down to like 2 women and a few random men here and there. And so I said, "Well, hey, you know, I have no sponsor, no friends, no support network." Um, and I talked to someone. I think I realized this before, but it has the written on it. I speak sign language not very well, like English. Um, I had to do it right hand. I'm left-handed. When my daughter speaks to me in sign language, she's super fast, and I was like irritated. My son made up his own sign language. She speaks to him too in his language. We all speak language to her jabber all over the place. Yo, mama. Like, she'll be like, "Yo, mama, they done this. Blah, 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 blah." Like, we just like start. My son knows stuff. He learns languages. He says, "Why do you always think we?" I would just play around. I'm like, well, when you guys are playing around, you're learning things fluently. When you're telling me you don't speak in Japanese and you have full-on conversations when you're 7 with each other, and you tell me you don't know it, and I play a Japanese song, and you translate the whole thing to me, and try to tell. They're like me. They're like, we're stupid. I don't know. Like, they translate the whole song and tell me this sakura and this the flower and then this happened and this. I'm like, why are you telling me that you don't know it? I'm asking for help, but I'm asking for people who believe in praying, and it doesn't have to be specific. It's your choice. I'm asking for help because I'm trusting my higher power. And the reason I made this video is because I already owe almost 2,000 on my credit card, and I have no money. My income is like plop. And this food stamp people try to say that our income was 2,200 a month. I'm like, where do they get this? It might be because I told them that my daughter receives financial aid. She didn't get a penny. So I don't know. She didn't receive a penny of financial aid yet. And I guess I know most of it goes to the school for classes. The books are connected to her account. So she bought the books and supplies. She couldn't buy any more supplies because the computers were down Thursday. Tuesday she bought books and it came out of her financial aid. So she doesn't really, I don't even know if she's going to see anything. So um, I was going to school more than half time, volunteering, studying. I think I was volunteering. Yeah, I was volunteering regularly, studying in poverty. And the food stamp company had cut our food stamps to 0. And it's really, really scary because you're hungry. And I work as a doctor, and I sedate. I receive no money. It's a negative income, and I work as a food vendor, and the grocery store requires no education. I think they prefer you have a GED. I have a agriculture degree, which is basically agribusiness, and I kind of wish because of that I would get paid a couple bucks more per hour. I also have almost a certificate in natural resources, and I have my medical license, which means people start asking me questions about sugars and carbs and proteins. I really understand what they're talking about. Not that I can doctor them, but I'm not just having to say, "Oh, look it up yourself." They usually think I'm stupid and don't try to get into a big conversation about it. I just play stupid. But I have a $13 an hour job, and I work only like she's only been scheduling me like 3 to 5 times a month because they hired a second person and gave her my hours. And this lady owns a house with a pool, and she's a teacher, and she comes to work 2-3 hours late. If I'm actually there the same day, and she'll write in the book that she was there the whole time. So when that stuff happens to me, that's who they replace me with. It breaks my heart to think that's that's better than me. Someone's always better than me. Someone's always better than everybody. But I've been working there, I think it was June of 2016, so a little over a year. I was working a lot more hours last year, and my rent, when I got my subsidized rent, I had 0 income because I lost my job that month. prior to the review, my unemployment check was $13. $13 for the month. My income the prior month was $13. Then my income that month was $0. They did subsidy. My rent's supposed to be 1/3 of my income. They made my rent $870 because they said I was a liar. I gave them all the paper, job loss. Working with unemployment, you have to document that you're looking for a job. They got me. They said they refused to give me unemployment unless I open a business. And in order to open a business, they wrote me a letter saying, you won't get a penny from us until you rent an office. I rented an office. I talked to someone briefly. They said, if you want to take Medicaid, you need an elevator and handicap parking. The cheapest place I could find was $450. It was a closet. My room's small. About the size of this room. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm selling everything I own. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars on books for medical school, pre-medical school. I went to college 17 years, and I make $13 an hour. When people hear that, they say, wow, that's good pay. Not when you're $500,000 in debt because of your education. If I never had the education, I would be happy. But from the time that I was working, I was working a job, it was like minimum wage plus 10 cents, and then I went to work study, it was $10 an hour. But that's only like 2 hours a week. It was 4 for a while, or I forget what it was. I was getting over $100 a month. $100 a month, did you imagine? I should be getting over $100 an hour as a doctor. The rates that the Medicaid and all those people give you, workers' comp, it should be an average of like $80, like half an hour. I haven't received that. Well, then work study went to $11 just right before I graduated. Then I got a job. My dad said he was going to pay for my midwifery and my business startup, and then he said he didn't have any money. So I got $0. Then I got a job only half time. It was actually on call up to 10 hours a week for $15 an hour. And I took a lesser position, a lesser job title to get 20 hours a week. Same pay. It was actually 14 something, but it was a probationary payment. They laid me off. Got in a car accident. Missed several weeks of work because the car accident never did sick pay. Because I listened to people that told me, don't worry, insurance will pay. They should have checked the sick pay because it got lost. When they did the unemployment, I was making $1,000 a month. My unemployment came out to $533 a month. Somebody thought I was getting $533 a week. Oh, that's good money. I said a month. I said my rent is $870. At the time, my rent was like $7 something or $8 something. I don't know. It always changes. It goes up and down, up and down. It might go down $100 or like $50 for like a couple months, and it goes back up. I hate rent like that. I don't mind going down, mind you, but when it skyrockets, my neighbors are getting letters that say the rent's going up another $70. I can't even pay it. I haven't been able to pay the rent ever. When I borrowed money from school, yeah, I can see my rent checks fluctuate. When I borrowed money from school, I couldn't afford it. So everybody else had a MacBook Pro, MacBook Air, iPad, iPhone, nice clothes, nice boots, Uggs, all this stuff. Coats that don't have holes in them. When I went to school, I had to pay for daycare. When I went to school, I had to keep my car running so I could get my kids if class gets out at 5:20. 5:20 or 5:40. Daycare closed at 6. I couldn't take the bus. I couldn't utilize the bus ticket or bus pass. I had to pay for daycare. Kids in school today, they don't, at least their school, they don't get band, they don't get art classes, they don't get that stuff included, choir. The rest of the money I paid for my kids to go to art and music because they're prodigies. And they get bored easily. My son were in a special program. We had a lot of homework. My daughter couldn't get her homework done at school. She would try to bring a computer, and the daycare workers wouldn't have a designated homework area, and all these kids would mess with the computer. She'd go to the bathroom, and they'd start picking at it. She didn't have a computer. My dad had got it for her. The three of us were in school. They were in a hardcore school. They had kindergartners doing term papers. We didn't have any internet. We didn't have a computer. We were at the library. And I had a period when I lived in shelters. I had pneumonia, walking pneumonia, and I had a bunch of bad diseases. My kids make fun of me. I'm pretty sure I had swine flu. Being in the library was nights when they're open till 8. The middle of winter, I was sick. My daughter had term paper due for kindergarten because it was an infant school. When your kids at daycare, you get home, you go to church, and just people who try to force us to volunteer every day. Forced us, not the rest of the church. Then they're driving around. The church was like 20-30 miles from my house. The car would break down all the time. So everyone else would bring their kids to church in pajamas after they went to McDonald's, and I'd actually eat. I'd be like splitting a can of sardines with my kids and driving, getting back home by 10. Our car would always break down. So we were on the side of the road in the middle of the night waiting for AAA. Kids, my daughter was always sick. So I said, when I went to college, I failed. I didn't fail. I had been sexually assaulted by one of my teachers, and I didn't report it. I was scared to, because when I was younger, I reported crimes, and people always said it was my fault. The police blamed me for being a victim of crimes. I got afraid because they threatened to throw me in jail. Crimes of theft. So when I was assaulted and raped by people, I didn't report it. I didn't value my body because my mom beat me every day. I didn't realize you were supposed to value your body. I thought people just had their way with you. I thought that's how the world worked. I thought that was okay. I thought that was what God wanted. This guy failed me in the class. If I pull up all my tests, I would have got like a B or A minus. It was bad. I don't want to talk about it. I feel like I'm going to throw up. Every time I went to class after that assault, I was in the bathroom, dry heaving over the toilet, trying to take a class again. And at that time, me and my kids had dial-up internet. I had to wake up at 4 a.m. to download my biology notes. And if you let your screensaver or something come on, it would stop the process. I had to start it over. And they had school at 8. I had 3. It took 3 hours. It took 2 hours to download the notes. Case manager at the place I lived, it was a temporary housing. It was considered a shelter. She gave me a old printer that was somebody abandoned, somebody abandoned printer. Somebody gave me the ink for it. Well, they did a refill. Actually, it was in my closet for a long time. It leaked all over the place with the refill, and I just threw it out. I hate doing stuff like that, but it is what it is. I wish I hadn't done that. We had an inspection. I threw everything out. And if you can see my house, how did all this other stuff get in here? I don't know. I think it's just been in here. A lot of the stuff people sent us and gave us. And I don't want it. I never wanted it. I think I'm going to donate some stuff. I try to sell it, but I'm getting negative income selling. Try to listen to God. So I'm asking you guys for help by sending happy thoughts and praying. Because I'm really scared. The computer that I'm filming on, I owe someone money for it. They said they were going to give it to me for free. I said, alright. And then they decided they were going to charge me several $100s. I didn't have several $100. I'm really scared. I'm really scared because I hate owing money. And I owe everybody money. I never thought I didn't go to medical school. I found another piece of chocolate. That's good. But I'm like, I was like 4. And I just saw that my credit card bill is over $1,600 so I couldn't even get out of bed this past week. My daughter's working going to school every day. I don't know what to do. I need help. So I ask people to send happy thoughts. I thought when you went to college, you work hard, stay out of trouble. You get jobs, volunteer, get all this experience, and you write that on your resume, and you get a job, and you get an income. And you get an income enough to pay your rent or buy a house. That you can put a tire swing in your backyard or your front yard for your kids to play on. You get a little puppy dog and you walk your dog to the park every day with your kids in a wagon. That's what I thought the American dream would be. I thought if you left a marriage that was never alive in the first place, that God would be pleased with you and bless you with another spouse and friends and community. None of that stuff has happened. I still believe my higher power. I mean, a lot of people that are struggling. I hear things some of these young guys are saying. Women don't really talk to me. Women don't like me. I'm scared to ask why. Why do you women hate me? Young men will talk about things or loneliness around holidays or relatives died and they're depressed about it. If they're men, it's just be macho. Just be chill. I have an 18-year-old child who talks about young adults going through that. Not midlife crisis, but kind of like trying to find themselves in the state of the world, from environment to government to all this racism and all this crazy people killing each other. And I don't know how it would be when I was their age. I'm gonna write a check for rent, and if they cash it, today is Sunday, if they cash it right now, it's gonna bounce. I hate this. I don't even know how it keeps going up. I don't even know. This is my last check. I have to make it. Oh, score. I got you. Okay, this is my second last check, and I don't want to make an error. I feel like I'm gonna die right now. I hate this feeling. Can't put coins in the ATM, can you? I need to gather like every dime penny I have and take it to the bank Monday morning. I don't like communicating with humans. The banks I go to, me and my daughter went to open a safe deposit box, and we got surrounded. They pushed a panic button. I just wanted to open a safe deposit box because I had just moved to the side of town and I had a box on the other side. Sometimes I watch Charles Gross and I think I like kind of bougie like that. If I eat something, it looks really fancy. And people are like, you're poor. These doctors, my so-called colleagues that I trade under, you shouldn't be eating like that. You should be eating lentils. Like, who do you think you are? Eating this Lara bar. That's for rich people. That's for bougie people. Why do you shop at health food stores? Because I have freaky food allergies. I don't have a doctor. Last time I ate corn, my throat closed up. I couldn't breathe. Last time I ate a restaurant with these people, I had bowel bleeding for a week, for 10 days. Like dripping blood. I had a head to toe rash. And I had hives as soon as I got home from the restaurant. I woke up with a head to toe rash. And my bowels started dripping blood everywhere. And no, it wasn't my period. Someone's like, are you sure it's from eating beets? Alright, you're an idiot. And yeah, this person's an idiot and they make a lot of money and they own multiple houses. And they actually sent their kids to a fancier school than I did. Sometimes I wish I was an idiot. What I'm going to tell you is that I hope, because I have a brain up here that's hungry, I hope that I can tell you that I can figure out. The reason I'm making this video is because I want you guys to see me figure out how to live on, like, $40 a week of food for 3 people and 3 pets. The pets are really bougie too. Guinea pigs, yeah, well, okay. They're sensitive, I don't want to give them crap. Rabbit, he's like, my rabbit's hair got so thick and luxurious since I started feeding him. Even when I first got my guinea pig, we were like homeless. I got him from the Humane Society, and I changed his diet. And all I could afford was, like, I don't know, back then it feels like maybe you could get a cabbage for, I feel like 60 cents. I don't think that's less than $2. I got a bunch of change. I got my guinea pig. Some red cabbage. I was like, should I get green or red? I'm like, can I even eat cabbage? I couldn't afford lettuce. Lettuce is more expensive. At the time of summer, so the cabbage was the cheapest thing in the store. And I just walked out with a head of cabbage, and that's all I gave them. I think they give you a bag of food. I don't know, or you buy it for $10. Like, they have a discount. I used to try to shop at the Humane Society because they could get some of the money from them. But I've been using the same brand of food, which is made of. It doesn't have the alfalfa in it, but it does have a little soy husk and wheat. Personally, want to eat it myself, but I have always males. I do the same brand, and they had the hamster food we had a hamster too that had we bought them both at the Humane. We adopted them at the same time, and they actually I think had a special. It was 2 for $1 or something. Maybe I think it was 35 a piece. I don't know. Spent every penny in my bank account, and I was just getting ready to go to medical school. I was scared. They laid me off my job because I didn't have official layoff. It turned into it. I didn't know about layoff. I should have allowed them to lay me off. Stop giving me hours. I had a class at the housing program that was required. They said if you don't go, they're going to kick you out. There was about 6 people in the class. The class was how to get a job and keep a job. In order to go to the class to keep from being evicted, I had to leave work 2 hours early to get to the class in time during rush hour traffic. Needless to say, I lost a job because I was low man on the totem pole, and people like me needed to stay to close because the workers who had seniority wanted to work at 7 a.m. so they could get home and enjoy the rest of the evening. That's how it worked. So when you're leaving work early to take this stupid class, the high men on the totem pole are going to refuse to work, so then they literally have to hire new workers. They hire new workers. They do have background checks or anything. They were sleeping on the floor, the kids are asleep. Aren't you crazy? You shouldn't have been alone with the kids until you get a background check. That's just scary. You don't know. Like, a background check's not going to tell you whether a child molested or not. But they could. You're not supposed to be able to work there without taking first aid CPR. Especially when you're left alone. If you're new hire, you can work there. But you have to be with somebody who has CPR, first aid, and food handlers, and background check. So, when you first start, they give you so many days to get that stuff done. I understand that, but you're not supposed to be left alone in the classroom or left alone while the kids are sleeping. That's just, I don't know, maybe it's okay. It's not a big deal. The big deal is I lost my job. I got replaced, just like I am at this job. It's like, I told my auditor, I'm like, this would be really bad. I'm a really bad worker. I gotta show up every single day. I did one vacation day for my daughter's graduation. It was required mandatory morning rehearsal, and then we come home for an hour, watched Criminal Minds, and went back out. We went back out. The world makes me feel like that I'm gonna starve to death. The world makes me feel like I'm just gonna die from sadness and heartbreak and loneliness. But I instinctually know that I want to be here for my kids, and that there's people in the world that I can help. Because the only reason I say that is because I had some people go through the same thing that I'm going through, like that I went through in the past, such as fleeing domestic violence. But when they catch on that you're trying to flee, before they catch on, they already take away all your money. They take away all your identification, all your debit cards. If you have any, or they'll get a bank account and take your money and not put your name on the account. So you have no way. You have no ATM card. You have no way to go to the bank, and you have no access to checks. And so they keep you and um, their control, and then you want to escape. Oh shoot! This thing. You want to escape. It's like impossible. Oh my god! I think this thing was being smushed for a really long time. It was underneath. So I asked for you guys to pray that me and my kids can write this check and be here another month and figure out. Like I keep saying, when we did the review for our rent, they told me I was a liar. If I ever call back again, they're going to raise it even higher. I wish I had a recording of that. What am I going to do? Hire a lawyer? They know that I can't. If I can't afford my rent, I'm not going to hire a lawyer to sue them for that type of behavior and illegal activity. Because I lost my job, my income was zero. So they say their math is that 1/3 of 0 equals, at the time, 870. 1/3 of 0 equals 870. In my day, when I did math, and I asked my kid, she takes math a lot. Both of them. 1/3 of 0, 33% of 0, however you want to write it, 0.33 times 0, all of that equals 0. Anything times 0 is 0. Anything divided by 0 is 0. Their math is 1/3 of 0 equals $870. And the reason I keep saying this is because we were in a program where anything of our rent over 200 was supposed to go to a savings account from 2007 till now. Anything over 200 was supposed to go to a savings account. That was supposed to be for a down payment in a house. The program was supposed to be 4 to 5 years, and you could do an additional matching program, IDA for the state. You give them 25, they give you 75 a month. You have $100 extra a month. You take that stupid class that I got lost my job for. There was 4 classes. I took 3. I signed up for the 4th. They canceled it. They told me when I move here, I take the 4th class, I graduate, I get my money, I buy a house. Didn't happen. I've been here. This is going on 8 years. The reason I tell you that, I said, screw them. They stole my money. It's supposed to be $20,000 average, and I started chipping away little bits of money here and there, here and there, here and there, here and there. I don't like coupons because coupons mean you have to spend money on name brand products. But the grocery store will throw out those ridiculous coupons where they track you on your card and they give you coupons for their products like this that you eat, or their store brand products. They'll give you individualized coupons. So you would say, well, I'm already there. I get a couple of these things. I try to get it at Winco if I can because it's going to be cheaper without the coupons, without needing a coupon. The reason I tell you that is because that money has been completely depleted. I tried to buy a house, I tried to rent an apartment, I tried to rent a townhouse, anything paying 2-bedroom. I didn't care. I was looking and trying to rent a studio last summer. A studio apartment is over $1,000 in the city. Studio apartment can be $1,800 for a studio, no bedrooms. $1,600, $1,000, $950. People are like, oh, I have a 1-bedroom or a studio. It's $780. It's $920. It's not bad. It's not bad. This is the cheapest place around. I don't have $920. Can I even live in a studio with 2 children? No, it's 2 adults and 1 child. Is that even legal? I should have bought. There was a burned down house. There's nothing left. No structure. Nothing. I considered buying it near the kids' school and throwing up something. I don't know what. I thought I had a little bit of money. Let's look at the zoning laws and see if I can throw a log cabin up there. I've seen one. I don't know if it's a kit, but I've seen at least one in this neighborhood. A couple of log cabins with a little green roof. I was like gonna do the zoning laws, whatever I can put on there. I didn't think I would be able to put a double wide or single wide trailer up there, but I thought there could be some sort of affordable house or structure you could get done. You know, that kind of stuff's gonna go fast. Contractors, they have the cash in their pocket or they got means to loans, they're gonna get that fast. I gotta look at my steps. I'm asking for prayer because I don't have friends. I don't have a group of people around me. I don't have relatives. I call my family, my kids, and my animals. I get really emotional and I get really hungry. I yelled at our old pastor for saying, I gotta get out of here, get these people out of the church, turn the lights off, I'm starved, I'm starved. I said, you ain't seen starved. He was heavy set. And I never liked to talk back to my leaders, but I had been living in the car, digging around, looking in the, I got over 10,000 steps yesterday. Digging in, that's what I want, I'm hungry. In the glove box for ketchup packets. I won't eat it now. I might eat mustard. It doesn't have sugar in it. My daughter had mustard packets at the store. I wanted to eat it so much. I knew I had a little bit at home. I made mustard and onions. My neighbors laugh at me because I take some onions they gave me. I put mustard on it, some salt, and I eat that for lunch. And a steak. They laugh at me. They think I'm on a diet. They're jealous that I'm skinny and they're big. They have tons of food. When I was bigger than they are now, I was broke, but I was eating out of the food boxes. The food that I'm allergic to, I have intolerances to it. I get bloated and I rapidly gain weight when I eat food that I'm allergic to. So, God told me in the beginning of summer to be careful of these women because I'm thin, and when I was eating out of food boxes, I was like, I had to work, I had to go to school, I was volunteering to church all the time, driving my kids around, beat up car. On a flip phone, I had to open up call AAA a lot. I only had 500 minutes a month on the phone, or something like that, 250, something like that, whatever the cheapest plan was with T-Mobile back then. I was volunteering on a hotline for recovering drug addicts. I was getting calls day and night. Just people that wouldn't take their shifts, and I was happy that my night shifts ended after 9 because the calls, I don't think they count the calls after 9 p.m. But anything from 7 to 9, was it a 6-hour shift? Or was it a 4-hour shift? I feel like it was 6 hours. People wouldn't take their shifts though, so after 7 a.m. I would get, because I know some people had 7, mine was 9 p.m. 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. They didn't charge you, so I'd get calls all night. People wouldn't take their shifts, and then I'd get calls. I actually think my shift ended I think it was 6 to 10, something like that. It was 4 hours. I don't know. Whatever it was, I took a lot of extra hours, and I'd be on the phone still after 7, and I would have no minutes left on my phone. Be like, you have -1 minute. I'd get on the phone and call T-Mobile. Please help me. He said, okay, man, we're going to give you we're going to give you 100 maintenance. This is going to last. You're going to be able to have this bonus that it's going to expire if you don't use it in 6 months. I kept having to call. I'd been over backwards because I was in such poverty and such loneliness. You feel like you should have a husband or a friend or a cousin or aunt or uncle. That if you're suffering, that you're lonely, that if you're depressed, if you want to relapse on cocaine or whatever your problem is, you feel like you have a friend in the world to call. And if you're someone like me, you don't have anybody. So I would bend over backwards to volunteer for the church. I would bend over backwards to volunteer for the hotline. Because I was one of those random people that they could talk to that actually picked up the phone. As soon as you call a hotline, people don't take their shifts and this and that, and there's nobody on the other end. It just rings and rings. There's nothing you can do. There's no one you can talk to. It's anonymous. And you have somebody on the other end that's completely untrained that's telling you, hang in there, be strong, here's a meeting schedule, there's this, there's that, here, let me look up this phone number, please wait. I'm sorry, I'm on a dial-up computer network. I had a laptop from like 1980. They didn't even make laptops then. I'll show it to you one day. I have a laptop from like one of the first laptops. So slow. With dial-up internet. Like, please wait and talk to me for the next 40 minutes while I look this up. I'm gonna wait in. I was gonna turn this off. Oh shoot, what happened? I think I accidentally pushed back. But I always give food when they have the USPS food drive. And the guy, one of our maintenance guys, went and grabbed the food and was taken to the dumpster. I chased him. Like, what are you doing? Like, don't you read your mail? Every year the USPS puts yellow bags. And I could have eaten the food, and I was devastated that he was going to throw it in the garbage. I hate when people do that. I think some people are just ignorant. I mean, it says it on the side of the bag that this is USPS food drive, and this is the date and time on the date, like say Saturday, such and such day. I'm usually the only one that gives. If I have like one can of tomato sauce, I put it in there. Like, I don't have any money. Ramen noodles. I don't even buy them ramen noodles because I can't afford it. I don't know if I did the weight right on here. It says I lost 2 pounds. I'm so hungry since yesterday. I'm so hungry. This guy asked me if I was anorexic. No. And I keep telling you guys, my kids eat. They were eating really healthy a few years ago, but then when I lost my job, I had to go back to eating rice. I don't think they should eat that many carbs. They went back to eating rice, cheap chicken. I forgot that the cheap chicken I bought my daughter said it doesn't even taste like anything. I mean, they know they inject it a lot with water, so. Um, but it's really, really, it's like really low quality. But I keep buying it. I forget because I keep getting coupons for it. And all the other food like that, it's now gotten worse this past year. My daughter's like, this is not food. And I'm buying it so they don't go to bed hungry like me because it's one of the worst feelings. It's my fault that I was homeless. It's my fault that I didn't pass that last class in college. It's my fault that my behavior and my personality clashed with my advisor and I didn't get that internship that I needed to graduate and then I didn't get leads on jobs before I graduated undergrad. the college I was at, we had lots of advisors. And I burned bridges with them because my behavior was bad. I tell you, I had really bad relationships. I didn't understand red flags. Sorry, I'm right over here. I realized I also learned last year, between last year and this year, I learned that I also, how do you say this? I also was a brat. I wanted what I wanted at the expense of anybody, and I didn't realize that that's one of the traits I learned from my lovely family. Basically, I was walking on eggshells and I was being abused, I was being beaten. I was dating men when I was a child that were raping me. And it wasn't like statutory rape, I'm talking. Like, it wasn't like consensual. Like, sometimes it was, but many other times it was literal, like, aggressive, abusive rape. And I never thought to report it, unfortunately, because I didn't know anything. And I had reported a theft. Someone stole the money from my ATM card. I know who it was because they watched me at the mall one time for the ATM. You know, in the 90s when ATMs were kind of new. I'm gonna push stop and start on the recording, and I'm gonna burn this incense and stuff because I'm really needing to be in a different. I don't know. I just need to like stimulate my senses because I'm having a really hard time. I have a check for $840. I have $200 in my